Coming up in today's video, Warhammer games galore, Kingmakers disappoints, and I'm getting a fever, except it's for transport. Hey everyone, I'm Marco, and in today's video I'll be covering everything strategy, management, and simulation game related. I'd also suggest you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything related to strategy and sim games, but on with the video. So May was a decent month for management and sim fans, so I'll start with Blacksmith Master. Now, being a blacksmith didn't really sound all that appealing, but after many hours of gameplay, I'm really addicted to this game. What is it all about? Well, you're in charge of a blacksmith business and you need to expand, hire more employees, and just try to make the most efficient blacksmith business in town. What makes it so addictive though was just seeing all the new weapons, tools, and other items you get to unlock. It also just received a new update, making it even all the more fun to play. Blacksmith Master is out now in early access and is currently sitting at a very positive rating on Steam. Now I know many people might be getting tired of roguelikes, but Nine Kings is just, damn, it just hooks you in. It's described as a roguelike kingdom builder, so you'll need to grow your empire and fight off waves of massive enemies against rival kings. It's got deck building mechanics, so you can place down plots that can be units or buildings, or you've got these cards that can be used to improve attributes or give units certain powers, as well as a bunch of other upgrades too. But you can also use them to stack your plots as well, making them even more powerful. It's one of those games that just try and make you break it as best as possible. Nine Kings is still in early access, but it's currently sitting at a very positive rating on Steam, and it's easy to see why. Highly recommended that you go check it out. Now for a management game, Hotel Architect is a hotel tycoon sim that's both fun and relaxing. It's got this cutesy art style, so you can tell the game doesn't take itself too seriously. However, you'll still need to manage your hotel 24/7, starting from scratch and working your way up the ranks to turn it into something more fancy and luxurious. It's definitely on the easier side of tycoon games. In the game you have different locations, each coming with different goals, but what's great is that Hotel Architect lets you build your hotel in the way that you want, so there's tons of flexibility. It's also currently sitting at a very positive rating on Steam, so if you want that kind of style of a game, maybe go check it out. Then I'm featuring this game for all the tower defense fans out there. Tower Dominion is a roguelike tower defense strategy game where you need to defend yourself against the hordes of these aliens. But Marco, it looks like a mobile game. But what doesn't look like a mobile game these days? Those things can run just about anything. But to me, I'm a fan of the art style. It's got a lot of modern features, it's got a lot of hero variety, and of course tons of replayability, so it gets my vote. It's sitting on a very positive rating on Steam right now, so if you're a fan of tower defense games, maybe go check it out. And then this game I'm sneaking in because if you're a fan of sim games, it's definitely worth checking out. It's RoadCraft. As a huge fan of mud runner, or spin tires as I used to call it, I had my eye on this for a long time. Essentially, you're the leader of a company that specializes in restoring sites that got wrecked by natural disasters. Many people might be put off because it's a lot more arcadey, so it's similar to mud runner and snow runner, but they've removed a lot of the more hardcore mechanics like damage and fuel. The devs did mention that they might include this later down the line, but for many, they're just enjoying being able to fix roads themselves and then drive over the repaired zones. It's very rewarding, it's got 4-player co-op, and it's definitely one of those games you can just sink hours into. It's sitting on a mostly positive rating on Steam, so if you're a fan of the previous titles, maybe go check it out, but just be warned, it's a lot more on the simple side. But that wraps up this month, but coming up next, there are some golden games coming out. But if I do miss anything, let me know in the comment section below. Coming up first is Rise of Industry 2 by Dapper Penguin Studios and published by Casino Games. This is a hardcore logistics management game set in the vibrant 1980s USA. In the game, you'll need to make the most amount of profit using various business tools that you have at your disposal. I'm talking constructing various buildings, linking them to others, and then choosing the most effective contracts to boost your income. With that comes buying new technology, optimizing your production chains, and overall just expanding your global business. The original came out in 2019 and it did okay on Steam. It's currently sitting at a mostly positive rating, but people were enjoying that heavy approach on logistics and business management, but it was let down by a somewhat clunky UI and limited progression. So hopefully the devs learned from their mistakes, as this could be quite a bit of fun if this is your kind of jam. Rise of Industry is set to release on June 3rd for PC. Then on the same day, Moduwar comes out, which looks to be an interesting take on the RTS base building genre. So get this, you're like this hive mind alien creature and you need to eat, grow, split, and evolve into different units to take down your enemies. Think of it as a traditional RTS, except instead of commanding traditional units, you're in control of the Modu, which is this highly adaptable native species of water-dwelling creature, and it's all in real time. Basically, it's a modular base building game, but it's great to see it in a different setting altogether, like it's some kind of weird version of Spore, you know what I mean. The game's gonna come with a single player campaign where you'll need to fight for survival and freedom using one of the 3 distinct factions. Besides that, it looks like there will be online multiplayer, either co-op or competitive, for up to 4 players with a variety of modes. Moduwar is releasing into early access on June 3rd for PC. And now if you've been sleeping for a while, don't worry because Dune Awakening is coming out on the 10th. Tons of hype about this open world survival crafting game from the devs Funcom that brought us Conan Exiles. That might put some people off due to the rocky start that game had, but you never know, they've come a long way. And from the look of things, with early gameplay footage, I'm really enjoying the various crafting aspects. Yes, some of that combat looks a bit janky, and with online, I'm sure there'll be some teething issues too. In Dune Awakening, you'll be up to your neck in trying to survive on Arrakis using these very Dune-like methods like staying out of the sun and extracting water from your enemies like you're some kind of sci-fi hydro homie. It's going to have this persistent online world where you can play with friends and go against others. I'm more of a PvE guy myself, so hopefully there's enough in the beginning to keep that gameplay interesting. But overall, I'm really excited, and Dune Awakening is coming out on the 10th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. And then just 3 days later, another highly anticipated game is coming out. It's The Alters, which is developed by 11-Bit Studios. I feel like it's been ages since I first heard about this survival strategy management game, but next month you'll be able to play the full release. Why am I so excited about this game? Well, 11-Bit Studios thrive in this kind of mood of game. Just look at this War of Mine and Frostpunk. But this time around you'll be managing a crew of clones to help them survive on this hostile planet. I say clones, but they're more like these alternate versions of your main character, Jan Dolsky. And just like their previous titles, narrative is heavily weaved in. As with the advanced quantum computing in your mobile circular base, you'll be able to simulate alternate outcomes of your past choices to help uncover Jan's different life paths. Each altar comes with different skills and emotions, creating quite an interesting style of gameplay that you're not often used to seeing. On the flip side, I'm also looking forward to the management side of things. You need to go out and explore, gather resources, and then modify and upgrade your base. Hopefully they manage to nail all the various mechanics that come your way, and hopefully the game doesn't try to fry my laptop like the demo did. But regardless, I cannot wait to play it. The Alters releases on the 13th of June for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. And then on the 19th, we're getting Broken Arrow for all our real-time wargame enthusiasts. Even myself, who's not too experienced in the genre, had a great time playing one of the betas. Naturally, it's getting published by Slytherin, who always know a good wargame when they see one, with this one being a large-scale real-time modern warfare tactics game. In the base game, you'll be able to control both American and Russian factions on land, sea, and air. The battlefields are huge though, and with the full game coming with over 300 military units that just look incredible, you can be sure that every battle is going to be intense. Keep in mind that this is going to be a game similar to Warno, so if you love military games, especially ones involving tons of strategy, Broken Arrow releases on the 19th of June for PC. And then rounding up with the upcoming games, we've got Architect Life, which is also coming out on the same day. Did you ever play The Sims and the only cool part was building your home? Well, that was me, and honestly, even in games like House Flipper and Valheim, the best part is designing my own place. Well, now the developers Shine Research thought, hey, let's just turn that into a game, and you know what? After all the intense action and strategy games, I might enjoy something like this that I can just relax with. There seems to be some actual gameplay too, with you trying to stick to a budget and even trying to make sure construction runs smoothly. There's even progression and unlocks, so who knows? This might be a winner for fans of building sim games. Architect Life, a house designer simulator, releases on the 19th of June for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. But now for all the latest updates, demos, announcements, and more, Let's start with Oddsparks. Oddsparks, an automation adventure, has officially launched its 1.0 version, leaving early access behind and bringing its quirky blend of Pikmin-style exploration and Factorio-inspired automation to full release. Developed by a massive mini-team, the game lets you command adorable little sparks to gather resources, build production chains, and explore a whimsical world filled with danger and discovery. With its charming art style, co-op support, and quality of life improvements added throughout early access, version 1.0 marks a polished and content-rich experience. So if you've been waiting for the full package, now is the perfect time for you to jump in and start your odd adventure. And now for all my cult leaders out there, Worshippers of Cthulhu has also left early access and now entered its 1.0 release. So what began as just a haunting idea has now transformed into a fully fleshed out nightmare of devotion, madness, and cosmic horror. Chapters 3 and 4 are now unlocked, bringing fresh ceremonies, environments, and an unspeakable new horror. Plus, a new mysterious ritual also awaits, so if you wanted some eldritch horror in your city building and management games, maybe now is the time to check it out. And now for one of my favorite RTS games of all time, Beyond All Reason, has now also just received a new lighting overhaul with its latest update. I mean, its large-scale intense battles looked great already, but now we've got dynamic lighting, real-time shadows, distortion effects, as well as massive performance boosts. If you didn't already know, even though this game isn't on Steam, it's free and a ton of fun and definitely worth checking out, even if you're a beginner to RTS games. And now for another update, Diplomacy is Not an Option has released a map editor. Yes, if you couldn't get enough of the game already, now you have the option to play the game in the style that you want. Now you can create your own map where you can customize the landscape, the resources you receive, enemy waves, as well as the objectives. To me, this game was a lot of fun, and now with it receiving a map editor, well, now I guess the possibilities are endless. Now for another update, Captain of Industry has now released its update 3.0. What's it all about? Well, first they've added trains. So now you can crisscross your automation empire with all these hypnotic rail networks, customizing each one down to the wagon. Plus, rockets. Yeah, now you can build space stations and launch probes to capture asteroids, mine them, and then turn your cozy little island base into a sci-fi tycoon dream. Beyond all the flashy stuff though, there's new city building content, swanky office buildings, luxurious housing, synthetic diamonds, and uranium mining. Plus the maps are bigger, the UI received an overhaul, and the whole experience just feels a lot more smoother. But now it's time for some title updates and demos. First up, a little bit of disappointing news this month. Kingmakers is getting a release date. Yay! Except that it's on the 8th of October. With the game being like a mix of Manor Lords, GTA, and Chivalry, many were expecting the latest news from their team to be, I don't know, like a demo or maybe a release date that could actually be sooner. I'm not sure if you remember, but the original release date was set in 2024. But you know what? I don't really mind. To me, I'd rather give the devs time to do their thing. October isn't that far away, and I'd rather let the team have some more time to fix everything than have a game that is shipped and it's a total flop. Now, racking up over 600,000 views, the latest gameplay trailer for Anno 117 Pax Romana has got me even more excited. The trailer showed off various gameplay parts that we've all been dying to see. Starting with step 1, how to start. Latium is where your journey will begin, and it shows us that yes, grid-based roads aren't dead. And also, everything in this gameplay trailer looks incredible. It then switches to Trade and Treachery, where we get to see some dastardly pirates, and then next is the Society and Culture, where the video shows off some incredible shots of a theater-like building and a coliseum with a battle going on. Then it's got the religious side, How to Expand, where you can either grow through diplomacy or by force, and lastly, the trailer ends with what looks like some expeditions to some unknown lands. Overall, I was hyped before this trailer came out, but now I'm beyond excited for Anno 117 to come out. Next up, Dawn Apart is a space colony and factory sim combined, and now it's got a demo for you to check out. It's also voxel based, which you'll either love or hate, but what I like about it is that you get these fully destructible environments with ease. In the game, you get to mine, automate, and then defend your settlers. So in the building and automation side of things, you'll need to harvest resources, design production lines, and of course make it all efficient. So yes, conveyor belts as far as the eye can see. Then comes the colony side, where you need to make sure you have enough food, shelter, and medicine to keep everyone happy. Then Lastly, you've got some base defense going on too, so you'll need to defend your colony against relentless environmental threats. I'm very curious to see how the blend of all these gameplay mechanics pays off, as there's no set release date yet, but maybe go check out the demo if you're curious. And then during this month, we were lucky enough to get a Warhammer Skulls 2025 event going on Steam, which was packed with new game updates and exclusive reveals. One of those exclusive reveals, a new Warhammer 40k Mechanicus 2 trailer. The sequel to the cult hit Mechanicus is back, and this time it lets you play as both the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Necrons. But this new trailer delivers some real tactical eye candy. Flamethrower mechs, tanks, lasers, and an interesting cover system. It's going to have customizable units, faction-specific abilities, and these incredible environments that really keep the strategic gameplay tight. And for some more good news, the Leagues of Votann, aka the Kin, are making their video game debut. They're new to the 40k universe, but Mechanicus 2 is bringing them in with style, tension, and yeah, a whole lot of lore. But now it's time to wrap up the video with some new game announcements. If you wanted a game like Cities Skylines, but a lot more focused on the logistics side of things, well, Transport Fever 3 is officially on track, and it might just be the simulation fix you've been craving. Now just a heads up, even though this game looks like Cities Skylines, it's very different. It focuses entirely on logistics, like think rail lines, roadways, flight paths, and industrial supply chains. So it isn't really about zoning neighborhoods, but what it is about is making sure your city runs. Every citizen has a purpose, every business depends on your network, and with over 30 industries, dynamic weather, and a world that evolves with time, Transport Fever 3 is going to hopefully promise a deep, detailed simulation. And even though we didn't get to see any gameplay yet, it is set for a 2026 release. Now next on the list, we've got Critical Shift, which is a tactical RPG for the folks who want their XCOM with a side of psychological dread. This one definitely looks like it's got a lot of serious sci-fi survival horror vibes. Think turn-based combat deep under Antarctica in a cursed research station where reality itself is on thin ice. But for something I am looking forward to, there's not going to be any RNG frustration here. A 99% hit chance actually means 99%. You lead a strike squad into Ice 1, a subterranean nightmare filled with rogue AIs, parasite puppets, and ancient horrors watching from the shadows. Combat looks like it demands a lot of smart tactics and tight ammo management, while exploration between missions adds some depth with secrets, survivor logs, and sinister artifacts. It's coming in 2025 to PC and consoles, so if you're a fan of XCOM or similar titles, maybe add it to your wishlist. Now for another turn-based announcement. Legends of the Round Table came out of nowhere, and I'm not complaining. This is a turn-based RPG that's focused on the Arthurian legend and filled with this unique visual style. It's got tactical turn-based combat, card-based mechanics, incredible hand-painted visuals, as well as a character-driven storyline that's filled with mystery, danger, and even some love. There is a ton going on, but I really enjoy game devs bringing something new to the Round Table. No release date yet, but there is a demo that you can play today. And then lastly, back to that Warhammer Skulls 2025 event, and to me the biggest reveal was Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy, which is a brand new tactical CRPG from Owlcat Games. Yep, the same studio behind Rogue Trader. This time around, you're not leading space marines or commanding massive battles, you're stepping into the morally murky shoes of an Inquisitor's acolyte. Here you can expect turn-based combat, dialogue-heavy investigations, and tough narrative choices in the shadowy underbelly of the Imperium. There's no set release date yet, but it is headed to PC and next-gen consoles, and yeah, I cannot wait to check it out. But that wraps up this month. What do you think? What are you looking forward to next month? What games got you excited? Let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.